machine. Come on back down to their knees. No time to waste. Remind the slaves they ain't gonna make it out alive today. I said,
can we face it? Can we shape it? Can we really die? If rain is what you want, all you have to do is close your eyes. Just close your eyes. I am watching resurrection start to crawl. Is there any chance in hell? Any chance at all? Do we need it? Do we see it? Is it really there? If rain is what you want, then take your seats. Enjoy the fall. Enjoy the fall. The only thing deeper than my last breath. The only thing darker than my last death is the black, the static. I come back from the dead, but my side will never sleep again. In these diamonds, we're left with colored glass. As pressure takes its toll, we will outlast. But you can't break my heart. As long as I can be myself, I'll never fall apart. And you can't take me in. If I'm not broken, break me down, so I will never feel alone again. The only thing deeper than my last breath. The only thing darker than my last death is the black, the static. I come back from the dead, but my sight will never sleep again. My sight will never sleep again. My sight will never sleep again. My sight will never
Hey, what's up, you filthy freaking animals? Hey, happy Halloween, everybody. I hope everyone has a safe holiday. Now, we got a good one here, man. And like always, guys, if you are new to the channel, you've never seen my videos before, I make not lame sim racing videos. And, you know, I do it in a myriad of ways. I do intros, outros, sometimes it's F1 meme stuff, sometimes it's other racing footage. It just depends. Sometimes it's totally out of context madness. You never really know what you're going to get. And I need some help. I need you to press buttons. I need you to subscribe. I need you to like, share this with a friend, someone that likes sim racing, someone that likes gaming, but not the same shit you watch every day, all day. It's just, I just try to be a little bit different, but I need you to share this around. So in this one, the Nations Cup is back. It's Exhibition 3 or 4, or whatever it is, of 2025 for the Nations Cup. Round 1 was the Extreme Red Bull cars, the Red Bull competition cars, whatever the hell they're called. I forget what they're called now. Oh well, who cares?
Retarded?
We're at the Red Bull Ring. 30 laps at the Red Bull Ring. And yes, it is raining. And it is some I don't know if it's dynamic or if it was the same script every time, but it seemed like it was a very difficult challenge. They were making it very hard to know when it was time for racing slicks and when it was time for intermediate tires. They made it it was a challenge, dude. There was multiple times in the races where I got caught out and I was just out there. Dude, I was just out there and it starts to rain and you think you can make it back around, but you can't. You just cannot make it back around. The slicks just let go and there's just nothing you can do. And so it was a timing. It was all about strategy. When you box, when not to box. And it was, you basically had to start on inters and switch to slicks at the opportune time and then switch back off of the slicks back onto inters right at the end of the race. Now, it's a choice. Some people were going to slicks at the end. Some people were staying on inters. Most people were switching to slicks. In this race, I did something a little bit different. And I learned something about the pit phase and when exiting the pits in auto drive, when the game takes control of you in auto drive, depending on what tires you're on and how wet the pit lane is, will dictate how much speed the auto drive takes in and out of the pit lane. It was something to see. Look, this is a fantastic race. There's going to be a lot of bloopers at the end. Wait for the end. We'll show the bloopers at the end. But man, this was a killer race. It really was, and I had a phenomenal result. So you might want to stick around to the end. All right, man, let's get into this shit. Nations Cup. Let's go. So we got 170 points on deck for a win. Now, one of the most important things to notice, when I look at the weather, there's no rain on the radar. But the biggest thing is the surface water. Do you see the surface water saying 39%? Yeah, I didn't notice that surface water thing ever before, and this is the result of the first race because I started on slicks. Then in the second race, I decided to start on inters because I learned my lesson. It doesn't matter if there's no rain on that radar at the start of the race. Look at the surface water percentage. It's wet. I mean, I think we'll consider this a rough start to my first attempt at this race. I learned very quickly that slicks are not it, Chief. They are not the tire to choose at the beginning. 37% surface water, and no, it wasn't going to get more dry, it was getting more wet. So I tried staying out. Once it was ruined and I spun the first time, I was like, it's done. I'm just going to try to make these slicks work and see how long they'll work, if it's possible. They didn't work. They didn't work.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
So we started attempt number 2 in P6. That's what we qualified. Almost everyone except for maybe 2 or 3 people chose the intermediate tires. I forced myself to finish that last race, guys. I drove around completely by myself for 30 laps in dead last place because I wanted to test tires, I wanted to test the weather, see what was going to happen with it, and, you know, it gave me a lot of really quality information that helped me in the second attempt, okay? We're in P4. Bruh.
Right to jail, right away.
Was that the most moving under brakes you've ever seen someone move under brakes? Going into turn 3, the guy in front of me just got, he got a little wiggle on him under brakes, okay? Everything's okay. I snagged 2 positions into turn 1. I lifted a couple times out of turn 3 because I had him, but I didn't trust him. After that moving under brakes, he kind of shocked me whenever he moved over. It really shocked me. I gave him a little tiny nudge, and that was it. Now we're going to jump forward to lap 4 or lap 5, I believe. Somewhere around there, because nothing happens here. We snagged 2 positions into turn 1. We just got, everyone started to settle down a little bit. The guys behind me were fighting a little bit. So we were able to just follow that guy through. I was wary of him, but we were good. Everything was good. Let's go. So jump to lap 5, and we are reaching the end of the interphase. And the dry line is fully there. Oh, we got one guy that slips up here. Forgot about him. We're going to lose one guy from the top 5 right here. He gets on that curb, it gets loose. Bye-bye. See you later. Anyway, this is a treacherous race. This shit was very dangerous. So we're reaching the end. Our boy there, Plum, he peels off and goes into the pits. I felt like that was a little bit early to go onto the slicks. But either way, he jumps in, he goes onto the slicks. The dry line is there. Everything looks good. It's just they're starting to wear really fast. Made a mistake there, jumped up onto the curb into turn 1, and I didn't have a choice. Now I'm really on the back foot going into turn 3 here, at the little hairpin, whatever you want to call it right here. So I didn't defend because I was just on the back foot. I figured I'd stay around the outside. I overshot it by just a little bit, or I would have held the position. I had to really slow it down there on exit. But, you know, so I'm just going to stay on the dry line. The tires are wearing really fast. I should have started seeking the wet a little bit to cool these tires off. But they were really starting to wear now. Now he makes a mistake immediately, and I just take advantage of it, get around him. There was enough room. We didn't make contact. Everything was perfect. Now I'm starting to think, should I come into the pits now and go on to the slicks? But dude, look at that grip meter. I mean, that surface water meter is not looking great for slicks right now. Most of the track, like, think about it like this. If I need to pass someone or make a move, it won't be on the dry line. It will be on the wet, and these cars are very dangerous. So I decide, you know what? Even though it seems like everyone's pitting and going on to the slicks, I'm going to stay out a little bit. Okay, a lot of the other people behind me right here end up jumping in lap 6 going into lap 7. Fast forward to the end of the lap, and I was wondering what the leader was going to do. I wasn't real sure. I started looking for the water a little bit. Should have been doing it earlier, but I just, you know, I'll learn my lessons. It is what it is. So he jumps into the pits. P1 jumps into the pits on the inters going onto the slicks. I decided to just, you know what, I'm just going to take advantage. I feel like it, even though my tires are smoked. Look at those tires. I just decided, you know what, I'm going to stay out one more time. I want to extend a little bit on the inters and just, I was really, dude, every time, look at the surface water meter. I mean, that thing is not really, it's still around the inters, you know, and it, like I said, if you need to make a move on anybody, you are going to get off the dry line and into the wet, and you will spin this goddamn car. I know you will. So either way, now I'm the leader of the race temporarily. It's just track position. You see, that whole circuit is dry right there, dude. You're starting to see that it's maybe I should have boxed. I'm not sure, man. I don't know what was best. You know, you guys can tell me in the comments if you think I made a mistake staying out one extra lap, especially with completely smoked tires. But that surface water meter was really tripping me out, and it just felt like it was just a little bit early. I don't know how fast the guys are on the slicks. The big indicator is this, though. The biggest part is the exit. The exit of the pit lane when you are in auto drive and not in control of the vehicle. Depending on how wet the pit lane is, it affects how fast you leave the pit lane in auto drive. Now, I didn't know how big of a difference it really did make until this race. This race taught me some things. Now, pay attention. Whenever I pull out on the slicks, watch how it speeds up, and then it'll slow down when it hits the corner. It just, watch this. Watch how far it slows down. It goes to a crawl right here, okay? You're barely even accelerating right there. Now, that's just a little bit of what it's really like. It's still, dude, look at that. I almost spun the car right there leaving the pit exit. So, Plum's already ahead of me, so it feels like it was the wrong choice. You know, he's not just one spot in front of me. He's 2 spots in front of me. He's up in P2 right now. The leader is still out there in front of me. I did make some mistakes. I made a big mistake there and went wide into turn 1. So I don't know if I would have been able to stay in front of these guys if I boxed the same time as them and just covered them off, or if I made the right choice. Either way, I'm behind them. So clearly, decisions were made. It is what it is. But what I learned was a little bit of that pit exit was crucial. I didn't know how much until the final pit phase, and you will see that it was critical to my finishing position. Now, we're going to keep this going on the slicks for a little while, but when the rain comes, it comes a little bit unexpected, and I think it was scripted that way. I'm not sure that it was fully dynamic. I feel like this was more scripted than anything. I didn't do the third race, so I'm not sure to really check it out. If anyone knows in the comments, feel free to let me know that it was scripted or if it was random. It seemed scripted to me. It seemed like it did the same thing that it did in the first race. It did it the same exact way in this race. That's really what it felt like. But either way, here we're gonna jump forward to lap 15 near the end of the slick stint, because I stay in P4 this whole time. I mean, the leaders are right in front of me, dude. I'm popping purple sectors. It is what it is. I'm on fresh slicks. But here we go. Starting lap 15. Watch as the slicks are starting to wear. They're starting to get down there a little bit. Then all of a sudden, when you did not know there was rain coming, okay, the rain radar really wasn't showing me anything critical. You're going to see it flash in just a second, possibly, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I showed it or not. But here it comes, dude. We already passed the pit lane. We didn't box, and the rain starts coming down crazy hard, dude. Halfway through the lap, going down the back straight, after turn 3, it is pouring down rain right now, dude, and we are all out here on slicks. The leader of the race in the top right-hand corner is about to eat it, dude. Look how dangerous it is out here, dude. So at this point, I'm just like, dude, you know what? I need to limp this back to the pit. I cannot make a mistake. I cannot afford to spin, slide into the wall, go off the track into the sand pit. Take it easy. Everyone is on slicks right now. Nobody is on inters. No one is faster than you. Just calm down. Watch me understeer right here, dude. It was just, oh, dude, it was brutal. It is so wet. It's almost, dude, it's well past the inter line. Everything is wet. Kamikaze is plumb. He's right in front of us, okay? He's right in front of us. He's going to pill into the pits. I'm going to pill into the pits. And you'll see when we switch on the inters, the whole point of what I said, whenever we exited on slicks, watch how we exit on inters. Now, this is crazy exaggerated at the end of the race. Wait till you see what happens at the end of the race. It was so interesting. It was, this was fun. I had a lot of fun in this race. Watch how fast we are out of the pit lane now. With it being wet on inters, watch. You don't even slow down around that corner. You're flying, okay? That was look how fast that was compared to the slick exit. Maybe I'll do a comparison at the end. One of the top 4 guys had a strange pit strategy on the second pit stop, so that's why you didn't really see me go from P4 to P3, and then from P3 I took P2 because Spartan had that spin whenever the rain came down on lap 15. Either way, that put us up into P2. We fast forward to lap 21, and it is Kamikaze versus me and Spartan. The top 3 are in contention for this win. And now the Kamikaze's name is also Plum in the other screen. Now I'm flicking my high beams at him to tell him on lap 21, dude, it's me and you. Don't defend. Let's go. I don't want to wreck into you. We got Spartan right behind us. Just go. I'm not going to challenge you. It's lap 21. We got 10 laps to go, dude. I don't want us to have I'm not going to have us come together right now. Not after all of this hard work, all of the dangerous situations we've had to avoid up until this point. I'm perfectly fine to follow you until the end, and then we will have it out at the very end. So I flicked my beams at him. I kept shoving over towards the racing line to show him to just follow the racing line, stop trying to defend me. It's not a big deal, and he got the message, and now we're in them. All right, so it's starting to get to be decision time at this point. Fast forward to lap 25, okay? Now, the inters are really, really worn out. These inters are not going to go another 6 laps. They're just not, okay? I could have tried to pass Plum anytime here in the last 5 laps or so, but I decided not to. I just wanted to keep going with him. He had a strong pace. We had a very similar pace. So I was fine to just follow this guy through. A lot of times, guys, you can get yourself and totally ruin your race because you're just trying to get that extra position. What difference does it make if I take the position at lap 22 or if I take the position on lap 30? a win's a win. I have no reason to rush this in a dangerous race like this. After all that hard work, dude, we've been racing for 31 minutes at this point. The last thing I want to do is have us have a problem. So I should have, again, I should have been cooling these tires off, but I didn't. Now, here is the moment of truth. I couldn't decide whether I was going to go on the slicks. I had a feeling that everyone was going to go onto the slicks. That's kind of what the script felt like from the weather from the first one. I changed my mind and I went on to the inters. I didn't know about the pit exit thing during this race. It wasn't until afterwards. When I come out of this pit lane, both of the top three, the other top three guys are on slicks now. Watch what happens since I'm on inters. I don't slow down and auto drive when I'm pit exiting. Once I got to right here, I'm like, where'd they go? How did I jump them into pits? What happened? Where are they? What's going on? Did they spin? Did they stay in the pits? Why are they still in the pits right now? What the fuck is going on? And then I have a 10-second lead to a completely different guy. Plum is gone. Plum/Kamikaze is gone. It seemed like they stayed in the pits. I'm like, did they give up? Like, what, like, I was so confused that I had to go back and review the race to see, like, that's when I learned about the pit exit thing. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, during the race right now, I didn't know what happened. I was just like, I don't know why I have this lead. I don't know what happened. I'll just have to review it later. I really just don't know. I'm really confused. So, like I said, I learned a lot of things in this race. It was a lot of fun. I had a really good time. It was very dangerous. It was very nerve-wracking. You know, we're at 33 minutes plus in the race racing right now. Been in the cockpit for over half an hour. And I have no idea where those guys went. I was so confused. I remember racing and I was going, dude, where did they go? Did they give up? Did they decide, okay, I'm just going to do the third race time slot? And like, where did they go? I'm so confused. We're going to jump to the end of the race here, and you're going to see, now, that guy was on a different strategy as well. Everyone had different strategies. Those inters that I was on were not going to make it to the end. So I knew they were going to wear really fast, but we jumped to the final lap, and you see, I have almost a full pit stop lead right now, dude. I have a 21-second lead right now. And I was confused during the race, but I went back and watched it. Dude, maybe I will do it. Maybe I will show it at the end after the bloopers. So hang out here. We're going to do the bloopers in a minute, and then I'm going to show you a comparison at the very end of the video on me leaving the pit lane on inters and them leaving the pit lane on the slicks in the final stint. If I have it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have it. The stupid penalty at the end. Either way.
They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him.
Daddy, chill.
Get in there, Lewis. That was, what a drive. That was a very interesting drive. And yeah. Yep, I did it. I got a very rare GT1 League win on the Nations Cup. It was glorious. And it all had to do with that final pit stop decision going onto the inters. That's what won me the race. Those guys trying to go onto the slicks instead of the inters and being aggressive lost them the race. And that's just the truth of it. Let's get into these bloopers. So really only a couple guys started on slicks. On the weather map, it did not show rain, but the surface water said it was 37 or 39%. He almost was getting through, man. He wasn't doing too bad. It just was a bad decision on the slicks, but he was just really slow. He wasn't really spinning too much. These next couple guys didn't get so lucky. He didn't even make it. This guy doesn't even make it to turn one. I morphed it straight into another guy that couldn't get out of the exit of turn one. This guy from the first shot that I showed you, he made it all the way back around without spinning until he got the right there, and then he ends up spinning it. I just felt terrible for him. This was the moving under brakes, man. This guy, we're in my car right now, and this guy on turn 3 on lap 1. That's what I said, man. Straight to jail, bro. It was just, I don't know what that was. It was a whole lot of moving under braking. I haven't had someone move under braking like that. That was pretty brutal. I don't know, but either way, I wasn't mad about it. It just I just wanted to demonstrate that was very clearly him trying to save his position. We got some more spinners. You know, it is what it is, man. This was just a decent race. Look how, dude, he barely touches this curb, and loses it. That's how dangerous this race was, man. He
But
was up
did
in
you
P3.
die?
That was one of the early moves that we had, taking a position early in the race. Again, this was my big mistake coming through turn 1. I hit that sausage on turn 1 and just got loose. And then this guy was absolutely hunting me down. I could have defended here. I just didn't feel like it was necessary. And I wasn't real sure exactly how it was going to go. So I figured, you know what, let me just stay on the outside. And I tried keeping that around the outside, but I just overshot it just barely overshot it. We got another spinner here. It just, guys, this race was really dangerous. I'm lucky to have survived it. Pretty soon here, I'm going to be showing you guys in a second the pit exit during that last pit phase where I think
Lord have
everyone
mercy,
thought
I'm
it
about
was
to
time to go
bust.
on to the slicks at the end, but I kind of just did the old rope-a-dope on these guys, and I picked the inters. Everyone else picked slicks on lap 26, lap 25, lap 26, and it was a huge mistake. And these guys had to watch me pull out of the pit lane on inters while they're on slicks, and watch the pain from these guys. I'll show you all three of our angles. Look how slow they're going out of the pits. You're gonna have to, like, look how fast I just drove right through them in auto drive. The inters were the right pick. They absolutely were. Watch how slow he has to go, and watch me just drive right through him, and he has to sit there and suffer and just deal with it.
Babe, wait! Babe, 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 wait, babe, no! Babe, no! Babe, no! Babe! Babe, babe, babe! No, babe! What?
And these two guys weren't done making mistakes either. I would imagine with the pressure and just, look, I'm going into turn 3, and he's just barely, dude, I'm in turn 2 going into turn 3, and he's just now coming out of the pit lane when he had the lead going into the pits. And your boy Spartan, this is his second spin of the race, poor guy. And yeah, they weren't done making mistakes. Those softs were dangerous. Those slicks were dangerous at the end of the race. And your boy too, he still had another mistake in the bag on lap 26. This is on his out lap. It just, the slicks weren't quite ready yet, and it was dangerous to do it, man. All right, I hit you guys with the outro, man. This dude only has 500 subscribers. Go check him out. Just another song for you guys. I hope you liked the video. Press buttons, man. I'll see you guys on the next one. This was so much fun. Another victory. Very rare for me. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it.
Well, maybe if I got a degree, somehow be freed, working 40 a week in an office. Well, if I got me a trade, I'd be a little more paid, still slaving away for someone else shit. In the USA, it's the home of the brave, and living day by day until you melt it. In the sunshine state, but I'm stuck in the shade, broke as soon as I'm paid, living in the ghetto. I'm tired of living in the ghetto. Check engine is on, still riding alone. Bills calling my phone, trying to collect them. Payday loans and working down to the bone. Not complaining at all, no one respects it. In the land of the free, where nothing is cheap, but you still gotta eat in the congestion. This American dream, millions try to achieve, and it's nowhere to flee when you're living in the ghetto. I'm tired of living in the ghetto. I'm tired of living in the
Run! It's Godzilla! It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright laws, it's not. Still, we should run like it is Godzilla!